And the maturity varies by the type of qubit. So it's important when you think about networking quantum computers together, what is the ease of networking, what's the qubit scalability, the fidelity, etc. So just going to give a chart on the history a little bit of the maturity of the different qubit types. So superconducting, the transmon was invented in 2007 at Yale, and currently the max qubits per chip we've seen is about 127 from IBM. Trapped ions were invented before that, back in the 90s by NIST in 1995, and we've seen that currently the max number of qubits, both by IonQ and Quantinuum, is at 32. Now these qubits have higher fidelity than the superconducting because they're ions, they're more isolated, they have less dependencies on the environment and outside influence, but they operate a lower gate speed. So they're higher fidelity, lower gate speed, and so you have to look at both of those for looking at the effective depth of the quantum circuits you can run. Neutral atoms have really come and grown the last few years, both in the qubit count and the demonstration. So atom computing and QEra are some of the leading companies and startups in that area. These were first invented back in 2016, shown as a qubit, these neutral atoms at MIT, but now upwards of 1,000. These also have a lower gate speed and repetition rate than superconducting, but they have high fidelities, and they're even showing, like QEra, the ability to define a quantum state in a qubit, a neutral atom, and then move it actually to do a gate within the qubit and then move it back. And so they're actually shuttling these qubits around, which is very exciting and gives you kind of a combination of that protection we talked about as well as the coupling ability. But there's a time that takes to do that, and so you're going to be weighing that. And then photonic is arguably, you could say, the dark horse, the unknown, which has the potential to really surpass these. So PsiQuantum is one of the companies in the Bay Area working on this. They are focused on a fault-tolerant quantum computer, on 1 million photonic qubits, flying qubits, and not focused on making small prototypes of that. Really, they want to make the whole system work. They're also going to have a network. They've shown that they're going to have their chips are going to have, let's say thousands or hundreds of thousands of qubits that can be generated photonically, but then they're going to have to network these together. Fortunately for them, they operate at the telco wavelength by design, and so that networking will be much easier than some of the other devices. But we still haven't seen a kind of a gate-based qubit demonstration by them, and that's what I think we're all looking forward to. But exciting progress there. And we need to really be tracking these and cheering for them all to make useful quantum computing.